Alright. The progress I have obtained. The progress I have obtained is in getting this bunch in primer. I had some comments saying that the cells were really off. I don't think they're too bad. I don't know if I expressed this, but I don't want to go crazy on this model. I want to make it basically just a rough kind of throw it together, get it in primer, get it in paint, get the decals on it. And I think the basic overall look of the model, I mean, it has enough detail. It's not a super crazy model. It's a, Cadet Series, model. So, I mean, again, I can't express this enough. I'm not going crazy on this model. I'm going to get it in primer, get it in paint, and, one of my more difficult tasks that I am having is the actual paint itself, because I don't know what color to do it with. I know it's a gray, and I can reference things and look it up, and, I think it says in the instructions, but I don't know what I have, or what I can obtain to do this with, because like I've said in the past, a lot of my builds are budget builds and this type of thing. So, I'm going to work with what I got. I got some paints back there, so I know I got some grays in there and stuff like that. So, I'm sure it won't be a huge task, but I gotta figure out what I'm going to do. I know I'm out of thinner. Someone had told me I had a problem spraying with my airbrush with thinner. There's my airbrush there. And, I don't know if I showed this. I made this nifty mount for my my Dremel. This is pretty cool. This is like holds like a broom or something. But this actually holds my Dremel right here. And then I can just turn it on, and then I have the wand or whatever. I can bring it over to my workstation here and work. But, what was I talking about? Oh, right, the airbrush. I was using paint thinner, and someone told me to use, I think paint reducer. I think someone had mentioned to me. And it would spray a lot less, it wouldn't dry as fast. So I might try that this time, because I was having that problem. Because I need to get a good surface down to slide the decals around, because a lot of decals. So because of the fact that, it's going to take on the basic look of the ship and all that, basically, and then once the decals are on there and the paint, it's going to look pretty awesome no matter what. It's going to look cool, so I'm not worried about it. I had a little trouble gluing this. I had to put some tape on it, and that's really crude and rough right now, so I have to work on that. This piece I've gotten to a point where I'm okay with it, and yeah, that's about it. Just that I worked on a project a while back that I was messing around with, and I also did some of this. I think I went a little overboard, but I wanted to make a junkyard scene, and so I weathered this a bit with some just dry brushing and all this and that. It looks okay, I guess. I did the bottom as well. It's supposed to be a junkyard scene, so I wanted to make it look trashed, basically. I have to get the rest of it built. Plus, I might take some of that down. I might just sand it and get some of that, so it's not so all over the place. Also might cause some body damage and things like that. I wanted it to look bad. So that's the idea. That's why it looks crazy terrible. I have other parts for that I didn't really. I have to make those look weathered and all this and that as well. So I have that. It's just a little project. I was working on this, and I thought I'd do a little bit on that as well, because I had it sitting back there, I have this board, and I was going to make like a junkyard scene on this board here with the car. And I don't know if you recall, I had made like an engine stand. I have an engine stand and then like a car. And I had a couple, one of the motors was for this car. So I think this motor, oh, I dropped it somewhere. This motor went in this car. Oh yeah, let's put it in backwards, that'll work. And then this motor I was going to put in the engine stand there, so it was going to make some kind of a junkyard scene. And I had another car that was going to go in there too, and I mean, that's just throwing it together, so it's crude. It was just an idea. I had some car kits, and I was going to throw this together. So that's about it for right now. Just working on the Enterprise D and working on the saucer next, getting everything in primer and trying to find a paint. And I can paint it and try to work on the decals. I did want to do this kind of quick. Originally, I was going to do it before Christmas was my plan. But it didn't work out like that. So I'm still working on it now, and that's okay. So I'm gonna keep plugging away on this and check back, and we'll have some more progress.